What's up, Schafer&P? Today I am here with
Tristan Pahita.
Okay, so I'm gonna be asking these guys a few questions, just for as an icebreaker. So first of all, let's start with Blaze. What grade are you?
Okay, so I'm 17, I'm in grade 11.
Great.
Yeah, and I'm an aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay, and what would you say you are best known for, from your friends or family?
To be very vague, I would say passion.
Passion.
I'm known as somebody that when I set my eyes on that finish line, when I put my mind towards something, there's no force, there's nothing that can get in my way and stop me from crossing that line.
Absolutely, absolutely. And are you a Christian? And if yes, of course, how would you rate your walk with God?
So this is a very deep question to start the podcast out with. But I am Christian. I do believe that our God, Jesus Christ, the Father and the Holy Spirit, is the only way to enlightenment and to heaven.
Yes.
I have had many experiences in my life where I have not been given the privilege to doubt his existence, and I'm glad, because there were many times, many things that happened in my life that point blank outruled the fact that God exists and there's someone looking after you who cares about you and who will always help you grow. There's always someone who's working in the shadow, someone who's not there, doesn't need to hold your hand the whole way, but he's there, looking after you, putting a couple bigger stones under your feet so you don't fall. That's how it is, bro.
Absolutely. And let me ask you a fun question. If you were to be in the forest, would you rather be in the forest with a man or a bear? You should have seen this.
Would I rather be in the forest, a man or a bear?
Yes.
I'll say a man.
A man. Why a man?
Because, as we were saying earlier, so iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
A man sharpens another. And if I was in a forest, I'd rather be with this man right here.
Yeah.
Someone who I know I can trust with my life. Someone who will work for the betterment of the two of our situations.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have greed, who doesn't have a superiority complex about him. I would rather be stuck with a man that I know and trust, that I can say, it doesn't matter what comes our way, we can put our heads down and we can get through this. We will survive, we will thrive, and we will prosper.
Absolutely. Let's get to you. So, what grade are you?
Well, I'm grade 11, I'm a 17-year-old, and I'm an entrepreneur inspiring innovation with help of new technology.
And what would you say you're best well known for?
Well, I'm best well known for my hard work and my constant support to my friends. I'm always there, no matter what. You need me, you could phone me. I'm the type of friend who could phone at 1 o'clock and you would come and grab that spade or that gun, knowing, I don't even know what the case is, but I'm really there, knowing I'm assuming the situation. I'm always there for you, no matter what.
That's the type of friend we actually need in our lives.
Literally.
That type of friend. And I'm going to ask the same question. If you were to be in the forest, would you rather be in the forest with a man or a bear?
Man.
A man. And that would be Blaze, I'm guessing.
One way, always. After 10 years, I'll never...
There's no separating us, bro.
So actually, no separating.
Not happening.
It's because all those things you see on YouTube aside. The only reason we weren't brothers is because our parents wouldn't be able to handle us. So let's
No, it's yeah. It put a whole different dynamic to it. Say, like I made it in grade 2, and since that time we've had our shaking, a little shake of the tectonic plates, but overall, like we've always been there for each other. Right?
It's God's fault we separated, but then we got back. Bro. It's just like magnets, dude. You can't separate us, but we're tight. And I'm forever under those back in there.
That's the brotherhood that every man should have. And I wish I always had a brotherhood like that. A lot of people wish they had a brotherhood like that. This is actually one of the, I think, ever the most rarest things we ever see in our world today. Actual brotherhoods, people who actually want to look out for each other, people who want to see themselves actually go extra hard. Because a lot of the times in our world and our day and age, people don't see the
Only brothers succeed, brothers. I'll give you an analogy for what life is like now.
Yeah.
It's a bucket of crabs. So one day there was a fisherman, he was sitting on the dock, He was pulling up all of his crab pots and he was just throwing them into the big bucket. And a little kid was past and he goes, "Sir, your crab's getting out of the bucket." And he says, "No, I'll teach you something about life while you're a student." And he says, whenever you see one crab about to get over that lip, about to escape being confined and trapped, the other crabs will pull them down. And they did every single time. When one crab would get to the top, the others would see him and be like, "I want to get there too." They would grab him and they would pull him back down into the bucket. And if those are the people you surround yourself by, you will never escape a challenge. You'll never overcome a problem. You'll never grow to live up to your full potential. You'll always be confined and trapped because you have weights, you have people pulling you down. And it's time consuming. It lessens your ability to be. Really does.
Absolutely. So I want to ask you guys another question about you guys. So what is it you guys do? So how are you guys such young and children leaders? What do you guys specifically do? What's your main thing you guys do?
Well, our main objective is to provide value to businesses.
Yeah.
We don't want to go out there and be like, blah, 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 here's everything. We want to go in there and we want to create value for your business. We want to watch you grow as a business.
Yeah.
It's not always about us, how we succeed. We want to watch how you succeed. We're out to help other people, bro. What you put out there, you get back in return, bro.
We were saying this earlier, value. What is value, bro? Value is derived from hardship. It is derived from experiencing and going through some really hard things. So the only reason we can provide value to businesses is because we've put in the time, we've put in the work, we've put in the hardship, we've put in the late nights, we've done the things that people said they were going to do. We did those things, we got really good at them. And to be their state, what did we do at age of 17 as entrepreneurs and business owners? We run a business called CCS. It's called Catalyst Consulting Solutions. And we focus on AI integration and social media marketing, but a new age social media marketing. Because most people, when they hear the term social media marketing, it's very broad.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so what do you do? Do you post a couple adverts on Facebook? Or like, no. We do everything from creating a personal following on an Instagram, Facebook account, wherever your target audience is most abundant. That is normally where you'll put your main influencer channel. And we go into businesses, we offer consulting. So we go to a business, we ask you a couple of questions. How much do you earn? What are your expenses? What are some big problems you're facing currently? And what are some problems you think you'll face in the future?
So in other words, we get to know you as a business, and we go back, we come back with solutions. This is what we can do to make your business work better. So you have more time with your parents, whether that be spending time with your family or just going out to have fun. We try and make sure you do not live in a trap box. We try and open up the world to businesses. Be like, this is the way you should be working. Instead of confining yourself in a box, trapping yourself, we open you up to the real world.
And where did we get our idea? Perspicacity, having the ability to understand your surroundings, to be aware of every opportunity that comes your way. South Africa, we're a third world country. I think everyone who lives here is very, very apparent of how you can have riches and poverty streets away from each other. And it's shocking.
Running the streets, houses, houses.
Even the richer in bodies.
It's richer. And best piece of advice I'll give to any aspiring entrepreneur in this country. Look at what's working in America. Look at what's working in Europe. Look at these big first-class countries like England, America, like Australia. Look where it's working in a first world country, because we're always 5 years behind.
About 10 years.
So what we did, we looked what's working there. We're like, okay, AI is where the future's going. Social media is where the future's going. Okay, cool. Let's learn those high-value skills.
Let's integrate AI into the social media. So, bro, that's simply what we do. We're using the new technology. Well, actually, a better way to say it is we're the bridge between the old and the new technology. We want to be able to give the people that bridge to, okay, I'm in the old technology. I want to go to
Yeah.
where I'm going to start producing more income, have more talent, and we're the British. We provide the value businesses need to get from point A to point B.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's a lot of information to take in.
It is, bro.
And what you guys are doing is crazy. A lot of people can't even do it. So what inspired you guys to do this?
You talk, Freddie.
Well, it's a pretty sad story, but I think it needs to be said so everyone can understand where I've come from. But my background's not easy. I lost a mom 2 years ago. So,
Sorry about that.
oh, it's okay, bro. We learn when we accept, and I know it's God's will and God takes his best angel, so it is what it is, Drew. And my dad doesn't live in easy life. He works his arse off every day. And I'm just tired of seeing him come downstairs and he's just barely scraping through on the ice, or he's tired and he's sad. And my mom passing away. I want to be able to go to my family and be like, boom, there's some money, you can do what you want, I retired you. I don't want to live in a chat box. I want to be open to the world. From a young boy, as a dream, I want a big car, and that's a big house. That's everyone's young dream.
Yeah.
To school, they both break you down, but not me, bro. Not me. I stick to that dream as young dream. And my journey was all inspired by my mom, which she told me anything's possible. And she said to me, I'm proud of me no matter what. And ever since that day, bro, I'm just like, I'm going to make sure I can make my mom as proud as she physically can. So I was inspiring them to start this business program. That's where my inspiration comes from.
Sure.
So, as in saying, backstory or context, and there's a lot to do with it. And like, I grew up in Clues. So, I lived with my mom. My parents split when I was 4. I lived with my mom for 8 years. For 4 years, so from the age of 4 to 8. And we went through a lot, bro. There was a lot of times where food was scarce, and the couple of days you didn't have electricity, like, things were hard. And I always saw my mom struggle. I always saw her get taken advantage of. And we had a rocky relationship when I was young, but I fixed it now. I've been living with my dad for the past 9 years. And it's helped me grow, because my dad is a entrepreneur to a degree. He runs his own practice where he does handyman work. And I've always got that entrepreneurial spirit from him. When I was 7 years old, I actually wrote up my first business plan. And that was called Cakes R Us. Because I'm like, I saw Toys R Us, I saw Cowboys R Us, I saw Babies R Us. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take R Us and put it next to cakes. Because I was like, bro, my gran is the best baker that has ever worked or walked on this earth. You have to taste the cakes. So I was always thinking like that, and I was always thinking like, how can I help my family? How can I help the people that I care about most? Because I'm tired of seeing hard-working, good, kind-hearted people get taken advantage of. Because life was hard. It always will be.
Also, the girl that we saw Justin Waller, everyone probably knows who he is. He said something recently, it was like, OnlyFans, they get naked, and they get paid more than a hard worker that builds buildings, does the roads, fixes cars, and they get more pay than those that have built society. And I don't know about that, bro. It's not who I am. If you work hard, you should be getting paid more than those that are just sitting on the bounce.
Absolutely.
Literally, bro.
I've got like the same backstory as you too. My mom also passed away 2 years ago.
Sorry about
My father passed away at the beginning of this year. So both of my parents.
I wasn't even aware about that. I'm like genuinely sorry to hear that. Just
It's fine, bro. So both of them passed away, and I'm living with my brother, who I butt heads with all the time. But we all have a backstory, and so I see why you guys are motivated. You guys have a reason why you fight, and a lot of people say, I want to get rich, but they don't know why. That's literally the problem.
the first thing anyone should do is make a list, bro. I have it written on my wall in my bedroom. Every morning when I get up and it's 4 o'clock and it's dark and I don't want to get up, bro, I turn on my lights and I look at those uses. And like, I wasn't going to say this, but I know that my mom is dying. And his mother was like a mother to mom. So knowing what it feels like to lose that person that you love with absolutely everything inside of you, watching my mom get to that state has given me a fire that cannot be put out. Because before she doesn't have the ability to give me a hug and tell me she's proud of me, I want to give her the ability to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and to not worry about paying rent at the end of the month. Like, you need to have a reason, and it can't just be, I want to have a big house, and I want to drive a fast car, and I want to have a beautiful wife. It needs to be deep. It needs to be purposeful. It needs to be, I will have no other option in my life.
It's the hurt, because if it hurts, you don't want to do it, bro. One thing that inspired me was just scraping through is not enough. I want to be able to chill. I want to be able to just make it through, not just barely scrape.
Yeah.
I want to actually be like, I'm sorted. I'm calm. I don't have to worry. I want to be financially free, bro. And I want to help those around be there. And I want to help everyone around in this world get better. Because I know anyone and everyone can do what they want. As long as they use their mind and they focus, they can do it, bro. And no matter who you are, bro, you can do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I saw your video when you were a little boy, but now look where you are, you're a unit, bro. From a young boy when you're young, you're a unit. It's exactly, bro. You just had a focus. You were like, I'm going to do this. You had a plan, you had meal plans, you had a gym plan. Now look where you are, bro. Comes down to plan. We can't do anything without a plan.
Bro, hard work in the system.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I want to ask you guys another question, because you two are basically like-minded, right? So
Yeah.
You guys want to succeed, want to have this business, but you're also up with it, right? So,
I'm not.
Oh, no,
I'm a date.
I mean, okay, it means, but how do you, because with the people you hang out at school with is different from them. They're
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
So how do you combat the people who are not like-minded like you and not letting them influence you? How do you do that?
This is a great question. This is like genuinely an extremely good question. Number one, have some criteria and have some standards about the people that you keep around you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hanging around with people at school that all they talk about is football, rugby, and going to parties and talking to chicks.
Yeah.
If that's all they talk about, bro, have some class and respect for yourself and walk away from those type of people. Like, I don't hang out with people at school. I never have, and you can ask them this. From grade 2 all the way through to grade 7, I never spoke to anyone except him because I was not on the same brainwave. I've always been that type of person. I'll keep to myself. I can do well when there's a lot of people around. I can be social, but I prefer me over you. Like, I know how I work, I know how my brain thinks, and I know how to control myself. So back to school. I have 4 decently close friends that I will spend the majority of my day with. But you're right, they aren't on that same mindset as me. I've inspired a lot of them to start thinking that way, but they aren't that way. But perhaps go have some conversations. Go talk to that person that you think's a nerd at school. Bro, he could be putting in 50 grand a month through crypto. You don't know.
You've met that guy.
Exactly, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not going to say names, but just by opening my mouth, by talking, by presenting myself in a manner where I want to be perceived and those are the people I want around me, naturally, those are the people that gravitate towards you. So if you're constantly talking about business, making money, providing value, helping people with their problems, their business, inspiring others, those people will then go out of their way to do the same thing for you and provide value to your life. Maybe,
It's like what we said earlier, input equals output.
yeah, bro, maybe if you know someone who's been into crypto, they caught a big pump on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And now they've identified another token that's going to go well. They're like, bro, I'll give you a heads up. This token is going to do so well. Here's the proof, here's the analysis. Friend to friend, I think you should invest in it. You take a grab, whatever you have available. You're like, I trust this person, I believe in him. I don't believe in his idea, I believe in him. Take the money, put it down at work. So what if you lose it? So what if you lose it? Money is like water, it'll come back. But not taking the opportunity, if you invest a grand and it goes 100x, that's 100 grand, bro. Because you use your ears to identify the opportunities and you took advantage of them. It's leverage. That's all it is.
If you think the price of fear is high, wait till you get the boom of great. What's it like for the transfer? That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. And like another thing, fear has killed more dreams than failure ever has. Because most times you're too scared to even start. You're too scared to be different. You're too scared to be called crazy and obsessed. I don't care about your opinion. You're not me. And like, I don't have a superiority complex. I know I'm not better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have a much better physique than I do, right? You're large. There are hundreds of better rugby players than me. There are hundreds of people who are better at talking in person or doing sales. But I know they aren't me, bro. I'm unique. I'm myself. I have the ability to talk to the people I care about, to present myself in a way that I desire. And that's what life's about. It's about being you. Not letting anyone tell you how to live your life, but knowing and being conscious about the fact that other people might actually give you good advice.
Just be here at all times, bro. Just be here at all times. You'll never regret it at the end of the day. When you look back when you're 40, you'll be happy that you're still being, maybe you're lost in school, but at least you're you, bro. At least
I will use it at least. Absolutely. And so you guys have done such crazy things that I've heard. And so how can other teenagers such as yourselves get the same mindset as you guys? Also like be inspired to actually go and work, to actually go and do the same things and not be let down by the environment.
just push you, because there's a lot of restraints to life. I mean, we just saw some this morning. I mean, we were coming to a podcast, all the plans changed. I can see how people would give up. But just persevere. Times are tough, but they're going to end. You're going to have good times. Just push through. That's my advice. Do never give up. Push through, persevere, and you'll make it to it.
Bro, if you're young, you are a billionaire when it comes to time. You have a lot of time. So sacrifice it while you still have a lot of it. Put your head down. Don't go to that party. Don't be degenerate. Like, genuinely, care about yourself as a person. Care about the way you dress, about your hygiene, about the way your eyebrows look. Bro, care about yourself. The second you start doing the small things like making your bed, waking up every morning and make your parents coffee, the second you start doing the small things, you start understanding that the big things aren't harder. They just take a little bit more time. Life is hard. We were saying this. Without hard, there is no value. Everyone looked the way you do, bro. Do you think everyone would want to?
It wouldn't be valuable.
Exactly. But you put how many years of work? 5 years of work into your body. And it's paid off, bro. We were 12 when we started going to gym. Every day. After school, we would walk and we were in prep school, bro. We didn't even hit puberty yet. Like, we were that focused at such a young age, we're like, we are going to become beasts. I'll spend 5 years working on my physique. And I've gotten to a point now where it's like, I am genuinely happy with the way that I look, my athletical ability, because I put in the work. Once you reap is once you sow.
Literally, but it also comes down to you as a person. I mean, we could give you as much advice as you need, but it all comes down to you.
When we can do that, but
Literally, it comes up to you. We can give you everything you need, but it comes up to you. If you're willing to do it, then do it. Don't be scared to sacrifice it, bro. You will never regret it. If you fail, well, you learned. Try again, try again, try again. Eventually, after 100 times, you'll get it once. And that one time is all you need. So just never give up.
carry work every single day, you'll never miss a lucky day.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I see. And like, I was going to say this, but it comes back to what you're doing. Your reason why. If you want to start a business and do all of this because you want to look good in front of your friend, you're not going to do it. You're not going to have the motivation. You're not going to have the discipline, consistency. Like, you have to go to a dark place sometimes, bro.
Very dark.
Like there's been nights, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, you need to get rich. That's all that runs to my head. You need to get rich. You need to get rich. You need to get rich. But at the end of the day, that's not the goal. The goal is freedom. The goal is not money. It's not anything, it's freedom. It's the freedom to be myself, freedom to say whatever I want, whenever I want, freedom to travel the world, freedom to help others. It's freedom that everybody wants. People don't want to be clocked into a 9-to-5 job, like literally 300 days of the year. Back when slaves were a thing, they didn't even work that long. They worked for half the year, for 6 hours a day, and the rest of the year they had food and accommodation sorted. Bro, people don't understand it, but you're a slave. You're a slave to the people who are hired. Like,
Everyone, you're in jail and you don't even know it.
People 50 years ago used to pray to God. Everyone had religion. Now what do people pray to, bro? Listen, they sit there all day like this, with their hands closed. And this is what they paint. They spend all their time focused on a phone. And they could be having conversation like this, meeting people, growing, becoming someone that is valuable. Because everyone can. Everybody, bro. There's money to be made in video games. There's money to be made starting AI businesses. There's money to be made, bro,
Anywhere and everywhere.
having a podcast.
Yeah.
Just got to identify opportunities. You have to tell yourself, like, it's going to be hard. You can't hide that from yourself. It's going to be hard. You're going to have days where you want to give up. You're going to have days where everything is going against you. Everything is just not happening the way that you want it to. But you have to sit there and you have to be like, I've burnt all of the boats. I have no way out. It's do it or die. Literally.
You have to have that mindset. It's also another piece of advice. You're the mindset, do it or die. You have to have that mindset, bro. You can't be half and I'll do it once a week. You have to consistently be working on it. And a few years ago, we were in and out, in and out, in and out. Then we're eventually like, we're not getting anywhere. Because 1 week each other, next week we're there. You have to be focused every minute of the day on the
We were always into business. Like we were always like, oh, let's start a business. But 1 week it was dropshipping. Next week it was affiliate marketing. The week after that it was print on demand t-shirts. And like we never had a plan and said, this is what we're doing, we're going full steam ahead, putting our heads down, we're working hard, we're being consistent. It might not work this year. It might not work the year after, but it will work. I know that much. I've done my research, we've identified our opportunity. And we're like, okay, nothing else matters. We know what we want to do. We know how we want to do it. So putting our heads down and doing it. So that's simple. Really it is.
You know, there was a saying, Brian said, he said this once, he said that you could give a man he loves Bugatti, you could give a man a Bugatti in a car, and you tell him that the treasure is somewhere there, but he needs to drive 3 hours. The man take the treasure, you give him the resources, you give him the car, you give him the everything, and halfway through that highway, halfway you could give him everything he needs for the journey. Halfway you give up, you leave the car and you go back. So people, you can get opportunities in life. People can give you a lot of things, but eventually some people just really don't know.
It's like that, it's also another analogy. Teach a man to fish. Give a man a fish and he won't be hungry for the day, but teach him how to fish and he'll never be starving.
Absolutely.
Very, very true, bro. You know, the biggest thing that I think people need to understand about life is you have one of two choices. Do everything that everyone else is doing and end up where they are or lower than them, because maybe someone gets luckier than you. Or be different. Take that step. Be that guy that posts that cringy video. Be that guy, bro.
You know, go.
Like, be that guy that puts his head down every day and just says, I'm gonna do what it is I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take responsibility for my life and my actions. Because that's all that life is, bro. It's a series of actions. If you make a series of good decisions, you will get to a good result. If you make a series of really bad decisions, you'll end up with a really bad result. What you put in is what you put out, is what you get out. Like we've said this multiple times, but it is genuinely not complicated. Being successful, I think there's a couple of things that like men specifically need to understand. Is number one, your word is iron will. When you say, I'm going to go to the gym today, and I'm going to do chest and back for 4 hours, we all know you don't want to come back for that long, right? Like, I'm going to go do chest and back today, but I'm going to go do it for an hour and a half, and I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to tear my muscles to shreds. You do that. You don't go in there and then be like, okay, I'm going to do 6 reps at like 70% weight. No, you go in there, you do it properly, put your head down, you sacrifice, you suffer, you grow.
So another one is taking accountability. Everything that happens in your life, good or bad, is your fault.
Yep.
That is one of the first steps in becoming a man, taking accountability. You've got to understand that anything and everything that happens to you is your fault.
Right. Absolutely. That's absolutely true. I want to ask you guys another question. Well, this is more for Blaze. But Blaze, how are you so articulated? How can people become as articulated in speaking and
How do you become articulate, bro?
yeah.
The English is a combination of really complex and diverse words. There are thousands of words in the English language that I have no idea about. But there's 1,000 of them I do. And in order to become articulate and to talk in a professional manner, you need to look at those who talk in a manner that you like, someone who says things the way that you like to hear them. So, perspicacity, that's a word I learned from Andrew Tate. Being compendious is a word I learned from Andrew Tate. You just, when you are stuck, you need to look for an out. And when you're talking, like I learned sayings, I think that honestly, that's how I became so articulate. Because I learned how to sound. When you meet down someone, you're like, my name's Blaze, nice to meet you. I'm a young 17-year-old aspiring entrepreneur who's extremely compendiate. See, you call me out and I'm very articulate, now I can't even do it. It's like, I'm a young 17-year-old aspiring entrepreneur. I have the ability to identify opportunities and to take advantage and analyze every single step that I make, and I would like to do that for your business. I'm someone who focuses on execution. I didn't use really fancy words there.
Yeah.
That was actually extremely simple English, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it, and the way I carried those words has a lot to do with what they mean. Like, there's a lot of words that I've used maybe 3 times in my life, but those 3 times I use those words stated a lot, because people were like, what? Like, hold on, what does that mean? And then when you're young and you're telling someone who's 30 years old what a word like compendious means, you're immediately gaining this like respect and authority, because people understand that this person's knowledgeable. They don't just think they know what they're saying. They know what they're saying. They know how to say what they're saying.
Even with you, when I first heard your guys' conversation at IB, right? I was like, why is this guy using such big words, bro? What the hell? I looked back, like, no, I thought this guy would play rugby. I went up to you, I'm like, yo, okay, I'll wait. And you started explaining to me your business. I'm like, yo. I thought I was the only guy who was like,
In that mindset.
that's how intensive for the other guys like this. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
There was a lot of people out there, even at your school, that you guys might want to, and are making bang. It's all word of mouth, bro.
Bro, I read a story, actually. Apparently there's 2 grade 8s that are currently doing Forex trading. Bro, I was told that they were trading on a demo account. They made like 500,000 on a demo account, so it's fake money. But they proved that they know how to do it. Within 3 weeks of trading Forex, they made 15,000 rand, bro, at the age of 14. Think about that for a second.
15,000, man.
Bro, scary fact about this country. If you own 2 pairs of denim jeans and a car, and it's all paid off for, you're richer than 8% of this country.
Sure.
Now, how is that for scary?
That's interesting.
Because a lot of people drive a BMW, they have a big house, they wear that polo shirt,
But do they own it?
but do they own it? Or are they still paying off their mortgage with their 9-to-5 job where they're working to make someone else's dreams a reality instead of theirs?
Exactly.
You don't own anything, bro.
That's true.
And the funniest thing is when you get rich, when you aspire and you reach the top of the mountain, eventually you don't want to own anything. Because when you own things, people take it away from you. And Andrew Tate is a perfect example of that. You own everything, but did he? Because he paid his car off. He doesn't own anything. He doesn't own his house. He doesn't own his cars. His kids do. His class does. His brother does.
Cousin does.
He doesn't own anything. And for good reason. Because when you don't own anything, there's nothing to take.
You're not liable.
Absolutely. That's the problem with a lot of things that happen now. Being spoke about is you don't own anything. Even if you pay off a house.
You don't own
Government
it.
can take
They
that.
make it take that way. No, it's ancestral land.
Yeah.
God, they're doing that to all the houses in Australia.
And also the UK, they're doing that for people, what do you call it? It's the company.
Immigrants.
Immigrants, yeah.
I heard about that. They're knocking on doors and say, I live here now.
Yes.
And you can't do anything about it.
Squat
You phone-
around.
You phone the cops. Oh, we can't do anything about it. It's ancestral land. You can't do anything about it. And you're like, everyone is losing their homes and stuff because boom, they don't own anything.
Exactly.
But you own the town. You own nothing in this world. I think the only thing you actually own is your physique.
Yeah.
Yep. That right there is a solid statement, bro. The only thing you own are the things that you can carry on your body. And even the things you can carry on your body can get taken right off you. Like, I've seen it, bro. People work hard and they literally get the shirt taken off of their back. Literally get the shirt taken off of their back because they trusted the wrong person.
Dude, I feel like in life it's either you get the stuff taken from you or you take it yourself.
Literally.
It has 2 choices. You have 2 choices. And then you be the hunter or you be the prey. Bro, which one?
Bro, another thing I just want to make very clear to everybody in this world is you don't make money.
Yeah.
No one makes money. You don't have the ability to print money. You cannot make it.
Only the
You take it from other people.
Yeah.
And you know how you asked me, how did I become so articulate? How did I have the ability and understanding of English language to where I can use it to influence and persuade people and to do my bidding? Bro, educate yourself. We live in a society and a generation of knowledge.
Absolutely.
You want an answer, go Google it. You want to learn something, go learn about it.
You can learn more on YouTube than learn
Then in a university, I will make that statement, but I'll never go back from it. I've gathered myself years of knowledge on business, sales, selling, like everything to do with everything I've ever wanted to do in my life. I've learned for future, absolutely everything. And you're gonna have to scroll through a lot of really boring videos. It just repeat the same thing over and over and over. But eventually, it's like money. You might not hit gold every single time you strike a pickaxe, but when you do, it's worth it.
Absolutely. The struggle was worth it.
Exactly.
What you've been through was worth it. The struggle builds a lot of character, even under 6. L18 said that, so that's absolutely true. That's very true.
Want to have a story about running, mate. You don't want to just be like, yeah, I got everything I wanted. I got daddy's money. You want to be able to sacrifice more. So you have stories to tell your kids.
Yeah.
So your kids to look up to you. You want to be a superhero to your kids. And the only way you can do that is to suffer. Every superhero in a movie has to suffer. Any main character suffers, bro. But at the end of it, they succeed. They always wanted that. You have to suffer. Because there's stories that come after it. But
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was going to say something now, but just sit up top of my mind right now.
it always happens, eh?
It always it happens, it happens, it happens.
And I'll come to you in a random time, because you're talking about,
But, yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah, bro. It should, okay, and by, how about it?
But you guys, one of the things you said, you guys, your social media marketing.
Yeah.
So like, how do you do that for businesses who can get into like a no, you don't have too detailed, maybe scratch the surface a bit.
Okay, so we'll scratch the surface with you, right? Big Man P, you have a name, you have a following on Instagram. That's already ahead of the game. Most businesses, most companies don't have that. So that's step one. Make a name for their business. Start creating decently high quality content. Because, bro, if a business is doing something like computer repairs, it's very hard to grow like an interested following on that business. So you need to identify a niche and what you can do to draw people in.
Yeah.
We, in our facing media marketing, we focus on getting engagement.
Create a community and want something about you, not just anyone. We try and find a community that loves stuff about you. Because when you start producing merch, let's say, everyone's going to want to buy it because we have a community around your name, people that inspire you. So that's what we do. We try and find a community of people that are inspired by you. So when we're using it as an example, so when you do merch like a hat or something, your communities are our because they're inspired to be someone like you.
And I'll explain like how we would grow your social media, for example. We'd ask you, what is your budget? How much do you have to spend on the growth of your channel and your audience? Number one, we'd identify that figure. Two, how much are you spending monthly to do this? I would assume that you have very minimal cost in terms of growing your audience, which is a good thing, and like running a business, because your business is you. So that's always the best vehicle for selling is you. And we would then identify, okay, who are the people that are interested in your content? People who are into health and self-improvement, people who are more South African specifically, people who who want to be different or want to be bigger, better versions of themselves. Okay, cool. Now we've identified those three things. We would then go back to your budget. We would be like, okay, we can take a third of that, put that towards ads. We can take a third of that, put that together, put that into a video creation budget. And we would do everything from creating ads, getting content. Obviously, you need to be there for the content because it's you that we're trying to sell. So we'll basically help your production levels be higher.
Also, if you're interested, we do websites, and that's something if you're starting to merch.
Or using a protein shake, you need a website, bro. And I was going to say this to you, you need to do that. You need to start selling Big Man P caps. You need to start selling protein shake bottles. You need to start doing this type of stuff now. Because the earlier you start doing it, the bigger your brand gets.
Think about you have 20-something K followers on Instagram. At least 10% of those people, when you put merch on,
are going to buy it.
Take, bro. That is a lot of people, bro. So we design a website and not just a plain, simple, boring website.
No.
We have
interaction, we have physics, everything that we do.
We integrate new technology into your website, where when someone goes into it, they're like, wow. And there's links back to every channel that you own. So we're integrating everything into one place. So it's not just scattered and people have to go find everything, search all over. Everything's at one place then, bro. So when someone wants something, it's so easy. It's the fingertips for them.
Exactly. And considering that we do consulting, another thing I will specifically cater for you is on your website, a community. Because people follow you because of what you talk about and your beliefs, your morals, etc. And they need a community. Your followers need a community where they can interact with each other.
Yeah.
Because it's not always just about you. It's about the people that care about you. If you give them a place where they can learn from each other, where they can talk, where they can be like, oh yo, let's go advertise this stuff. Your followers is your best marketing tool you have. If you get 100 of your followers that you currently have to repost the reel that you currently have, every single follower that goes from their page and clicks on their story counts as a view for your reel. So you should genuinely, automatically, through email like automation or even Instagram automation DMs, you should directly send your video and be like, repost this on your story, please, to every single one of your followers. If you did that, you would immediately see a huge spike in engagement, like immediate. And that's what it's about. Like, as I was saying, like, you have to learn. I understand a lot about business. I'm not going to say I'm the best at anything, but I understand how to provide value. And it's not just the one person. I can go sit in front of a fridge business and provide value to their business. I've put myself in a position, and everyone needs to do this. Learn a skill. Become really good at a skill. Or do skill broadening. So learn a skill that needs 5 skills to be good at that one. Video creation or content creation, for example. You need to know how to talk. You need to know how to get over that fear of talking about yourself. You need to learn production, so you need to have mics, you need to have a camera, you need to have a tripod, you need to learn how to edit. These are all skills that you can use to go make money. You could tell someone, let me go take videos of your wedding. Go rent a camera. You understand how basic production works because you've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
And you can go get some money on the side. It's about learning a skill.
But also, we also see that a lot of businesses don't have the time in their hands to do that.
Yeah.
That's not where you come into the equation.
As a subcontractor, we're like, okay, you don't know who to hire, you don't know who to talk to, bring it to us. We're a consulting company. We'll sit there, we'll go through everything we can do on your budget. And it will be like, okay, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do. And if you would like us to do the things we can't, this is what your budget needs to be. And we'll sit down, we'll provide value to your business, and we'll help you grow. We focus on execution. Like being a small startup, we're focused on providing value for people to be like, Catalyst Consulting Solutions is the best business I've ever worked with in my life. The second I hear people start saying that, I'm going to know that I did something right. Because I'm not forcing them to say that. It's not like I'm holding a gun to their head.
We actually trying to provide value. We're not being idiots trying to throw 1,000 things into your head. We're trying to find a small group of
A niche.
that's it. That we can work with, bro. We don't want to go there and throw 1,000 different things in your face and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
We try and break it down stuff that you can understand, bro. So it makes sense to you.
Like, bro, I saw you walking in the library one day, and you had Retire Young, Retire Rich by Robert Kiyosaki in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy, that's the type of person that I want to know, bro. 'Cause I have this whole collection of books.
Yeah.
Like, this whole collection. I have Sales Dog, Retire Rich, Retire Young, How to Buy and Sell a Business. Like, I have a lot of his books. And also, you're talking about how to be articulate. Go read a business book, bro. You'll read them.
Even just reading,
Yeah. Whenever you read a word, and also it's about paying attention to the small things. Whenever you read a word and you don't know what that word means, take 5 seconds of your day to go Google it.
Absolutely, that's what I used to do. I used to read books a lot because I watched this video about how to be more articulate. I read books. If I don't understand a word, I'll write it down. I'll go and I'll tag it. I'll go from Google and I'll try and reuse that word in my everyday sentence. Obviously, I stopped doing that because of school time, get out of habits. And speaking of school and time, especially for our young children who are watching right now, how can we combat the amount of time the Matrix is taking from us?
First of all, and it's hard, okay? First of all, it's hard.
when you don't want to give up,
Yeah.
you really are. You're just gonna have to push through, bro. And I mean, just instead of saying I don't have time, make time. Instead of being like, I don't have time to gym because I get up at 4 in the morning and do a gym workout. Or I got home at 8 and I need to do homework for an hour and I didn't get time to do business. You're young. You're like a
Stay up, bro. You'll heal. It's okay.
It's just one night. Like, come on, you can go to school a bit tired. You're not gonna die. Just sacrifice that little bit of time. And stop making excuses like, I don't have time, or I don't this. Rather be like, how? How can you do this?
And like another thing I want to make very clear to the audience is, bro, I'm not dissing school. Like school, you need it. It teaches you the basics of a lot of really broad skills that you're gonna need in life. Comprehension is one of the most important ones that school teaches you. Secondly, English. How to actually speak your language, how to understand persuasion, how to write a good essay. These are all things that you're going to need in business, bro. So I'm not dissing school. Like, school's done a lot for me. I've always been very naturally intelligent. So I've never really struggled with good grades and stuff. Like, I'm doing well in school. I'm getting a 70% aggregate, so I'm doing well, even though I'm running a business. And it takes a lot of time. There's a lot you need to do. But number one, I'll say two things to the audience. Like, don't waste your time while you're at school. You're at school for 8 hours a day. So do what you can while you're there. Try and make as little homework as physically possible for when you get home. After school, do your homework before you go home. Like during break, try to catch up with anything you can. Stop wasting time and stop making excuses, because that's something that actually gets under my skin, bro. There are people who have to walk to school every morning. And you're making excuses because you have to get up at 7 o'clock and be there at 7:30. I wake up at 4:30 every single morning. I do my meditation, I do my journaling, I take my supplements, I do a couple of push-ups, I go have a cold shower, and I get dressed.
Just do what you're going to do. Be a man. Grow up. You just have to, because, now being 17, next year there's no more, hey, dad, I got in trouble.
No.
It's like, no,
You did this.
You face your problems. You're 18 and out together.
Yeah, I'm totally into.
So no, you've got to face stuff yourself. There's no more, hey, now I'm 17, you can't do anything to me. Now I'm a man. I've now got to take responsibility. I'm a son. I've got to fix it.
Exactly, bro.
You've got to take responsibility. You have to.
Yeah. And that's kind of how you have to start thinking. Like, stop watching the Sidemen, bro. Stop watching Logan Paul. Stop wasting your time scrolling. Because people will say they don't have time to run a business. And I used to be one of these people. But then you'll spend 4 hours of your day scrolling on Instagram, bro. Don't tell me you don't have time. You have time. Everyone has the same amount of time in their day. But don't tell me someone else can get further ahead of you than you can if you haven't actually done the basics.
So go back to school, and there's a saying. School is actually important. The phrase is about to sing it. And the way to see it is, use school as a way of starting a business. Work your arse off in school, so when you get home, you don't have to deal with the parents shouting at you. You don't have to stay back another year and face another year.
Exactly.
Get it over with. So when you're out of school, there's no worries, bro. That's one thing that my brother told me. Focus now.
Yeah.
Just get this over with. Just get it over with. It's not the end of the world. You've got to do it. So just do it.
Exactly. And a big thing for audiences at home is like, stop worrying about the future. It's not here. Do what you need to do now. Stop being in this mental masturbation cycle where you're like, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to drive a fast car. I'm going to have a big house. What are you doing to make that a reality, bro? Because right now all you're doing is you're making expectations for yourself that if you continue down the same path you're going down, you're going to end up working in that big house and washing that nice car rather than owning it. And that's a very different mindset. Like, I'm 17, bro. I work out every day. I do business work every day. I eat healthy. I don't consume sugar. I don't eat processed foods. You have to start doing the small things, bro. Brush your teeth every morning. Do you know how many people don't do that?
It's crazy.
Bro, brush your teeth every morning. Brush your hair. Pluck your unibrow.
Make your bed.
Be proud of yourself, bro.
And that's also something, because when we walk into a room, people will know who the superior or the guy that has confidence in this because he carries himself. He doesn't walk around shower, he carries himself, he walks up, his aura is better, he just looks better, and you want to approach him because he does the small things. Like everyone else, but not like everyone else. He brushes his teeth, he polishes his shoes, he makes his bed, and he's responsible.
Absolutely.
Just do the simple things and you will succeed, and you will, but you have to do the simple things.
And like, business. Bro, there's more money made on a golf course than in a conference room.
True.
People need to understand that life is business. It's not just when I put on my suit, am I doing business? It's whoever I meet, whenever I meet them, it is business. That is your life, bro. When you become an entrepreneur, everything you do is your ability.
Take the analogy of yesterday into this. We
Yeah.
started networking.
So we went out yesterday and we went to go watch rugby and Ireland got hurt last night. They got hurt. Then it was a great game. Everyone was enjoying it. It was cold. And we were like, okay, well, we're at a bar where there's a lot of people who run businesses. So let's go talk to the people we know who own businesses. We go talk to them. We get 2 prospects yesterday and 390 leads because we got added to a business networking group.
And also another couple, he's come from America, spoke to him, he's going to go overseas, he's going to open his mouth. Boom, it's all right, just open your mouth, just holding and being like, you know what, I'm just going to go talk to this person.
Absolutely.
Take the courage to talk to him, because you never know.
And
The worst you can say is, I can't help you.
And also, don't care what other people think.
Absolutely. Don't. That's the first lesson I learned.
Bro, the second that you start doing things to make other people happy is the second that you start dying. Like, that is the second that you start killing yourself. It's self-sabotage, bro. I would way rather be happy with the person that I am and be where I am than be someone I don't want to be because someone told me to be there and be higher than where I would have been if I was just myself. Like, I like me as a person. I don't care if you do. I'm sorry. I don't. I will talk to anyone. I will have a conversation with whoever. I don't care. There are no stereotypes. I've met some really big people who look like they would be the scariest person in the world to talk to, but they have the kindest soul. And I've also met some really, how can I not be offensive? I've met some really like low quality people.
Yeah.
Who look and act all confident, but in reality they're just insecure. They are just insecure and they're trying to put on this like mask, and that's why they treat everyone around them like they're nothing. And those are the people that I just stay away from. I just like, okay, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, it's fun. And that's competition. But people need to get competitive. Like, him and I, we do business work together. It's a competition the whole time. Whose video got more views? Whose video did the better editing? It's constant competition.
But it's not a bad competition. It's not like, oh, I just bit in now. It's like, look, my video did this, your video did this. Take mine, see what I did, and do yours. And do that. He goes, oh no, you're doing this wrong with your video. And then I might be like, oh no, but I've done this. And then he shows me, mine, I did that. And the one also did that. Then I go, oh, actually, boom, and I use that. You're helping each other, but it's a competition.
Even with my co-host Dre, when we go to the gym, lifting weights, I told him the year you accept, I want you to get stronger than me.
Yeah.
At the end of this year, if you're stronger than me, I'm going to try to get stronger than you.
Exactly.
And it just happens, you just keep growing.
Literally.
Absolutely. Competition, that's what they're doing nowadays. They're trying to drain competition out of men and trying to take out masculinity and competition.
Bro, literally, bro. And that's one thing I'll say about school, okay? Like, that is one thing I'll say about school. It is not realistic to what real life is. Bro, in school, you get given lessons, and then you have to write a test. Number one. In life, you get given a test, and that teaches you the lesson.
Absolutely, yeah.
Number two, at school, you get told you have to do everything on your own. You cannot ask anyone for help, you can't ask them for the answer, because you were dealing with family stuff at home last night and you went to bed late and you couldn't do your homework. They don't care. You'll get a demerit, and that's the end of it. You'll get told that you're not a good student because you didn't do the work. But in reality, we're working on the business together, and we have a couple of other people working with us. But if I don't do something, I can message him and be like, hey bro, I didn't post anything on our story today. Please make a post. Hey bro, I didn't edit a video today. Please edit a post. Hey bro, I couldn't follow up with these 3 clients. Please follow up with them for me. That's large, bro.
You just gotta always communicate, and that's also another thing. Communication in business is key. It can't be quiet. You can't be quiet for weeks on end and then be like, oh, this business is going in. You've got to have daily communication. You've got to understand that I've got to know what he's doing today, so that I know what I can do today. So you've got to communicate, because then the business will work. Because then you guys can go, cool, you can do this, I'll do that, boom, the business works. Instead of all focusing on the same thing, we're like, oh, there's 1,000 tasks to do now. Because we're all focused on one single task. Instead of going, cool, you do that, I do that, you do this. Meet in the middle, everything's sorted for the day.
Yeah.
Boom, business is up and running. Or boom, we got a client because I did that, he did that. Trust is also another thing in business. After a trust lays, and I know when I'm telling to do this for the business, they say do it to its full capability.
Yeah.
So trust is also an important thing in business, bro.
That's so obviously me and Dre, we are close guys. I met him around last year. Other O's that I actually know personally, they don't really want to do anything, right? Like you see my friends, you know that friend group be like, guys, let's start on YouTube. Let's become YouTube, let's become the next side.
We said that. Yeah, we said that. I know what you're talking about.
You know those type of O's, and you're like, I bet, and you start trying. And you know, the next time, one time I went to my friend's house and I'm like, okay, guys, let's actually start this.
Yeah.
Let's get serious. We were gonna start like with a small, stupid video, but then the guys are like, nah, but we're eating, nah, but we need to do this, we need to do that, bro, nah, but let's just enjoy the party, all that. I'm like, guys, you said we're gonna do this. I'm serious about it, but you're not.
And then you get turned into the bad guy because you're telling everyone like what to do. It was like, no, bro, I'm just talking. I'm looking out for us. I know this can work. I know that if we just start doing it rather than talking about it, we can actually see some results. But the longer you talk and the less you do, bro, you're in a circle.
Words.
Yeah, action over words.
And even with my friend Dre, he's my homie though.
Yeah.
But I feel like he still doesn't take this really serious as I do.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person who says, listen, if I know somebody's gonna succeed, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw everything, screw it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do it. This podcast, people were one guy even messaged me after I posted the first episode. He's like, you actually did it, bro. You actually started a podcast.
Yeah, we did.
And I was like, what?
I said it, bro. I said it. I'm a man of my word. I said I'm gonna do something and I did it.
I'm gonna do it.
Take accountability.
Exactly, bro. And like that's why like I actually get along with you. Because like even outside of this room, I know you. And there's a couple of things I've noticed about you. Number one, you're extremely kind-hearted. You have a big heart, bro. Like you're the type of person where you see someone struggling, and I know that hits you deep down. Like you might not say it, but I know that it hits you. And you have this like thing about you where you always want this to. You always have a smile on your face. You're always a go-getter. And those are the people that succeed in life, bro. And don't let anyone take that away from you. Because I've had a couple of people come into my life who were really negative. And they really tried to take my optimism away, my ability to be happy. And bro, sometimes you just gotta cut off those loose ends. Sometimes you just don't have another choice, you just have to be
Young
young.
guys also said it to me. You can't go to the next level if you've been brought down by a chain for a long group of friends. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck losing the best mate that you may have had for 8 years. But if he's not living him up, you cannot stay with him, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be living his lives. You want to live your life. You've got to cut the chain and be like, dude, I'm still your friend, but I'm moving on to another level. I'm doing my own thing. And make know that you're not inspiring to actually do it with you.
Yeah.
But you just got to cut the chain sometimes and do your own thing and you've got to move forward.
Absolutely. And in your guys' friendship, how much does Christianity, so God, how much is God like orientated to you guys' friendship? Is he like oriented to God's school?
Let me say it this way. This morning, when our plans confuzzled and they didn't work, we were like, okay, we'll make another plan. We messaged 7 people. We then
Got a no from every
we
single
got a
one.
no from everyone, and we got 1 yes. And as soon as we got that yes, we got another yes. And we're like, God's plan. So that's our analogy. It's every day, bro.
God is part of my life at all times.
Every day.
I pray every morning.
Every day.
Over my business. God is with me every minute of the day. So God is very important for our relationship. I believe He's orientated in my life every minute of the day. We'll never ever go out a day without appreciating what God's done to me, bro.